All right, it's Tuesday, July 22nd, just following up on the SPY. You can see here after buying some puts on this orderly pullback, we're now trying to head lower. It's very choppy, hard to know, it's tricky on an uptrend to get a sharp pullback, but this structure seemed to present an opportunity for a secondary push to the downside based on the way I look at unfolding intraday structure. So anyway, I just scaled out here to set up an no-risk trade. I bought the 630 puts at 377, just scaled out at 420, about a half a point higher. They're asking 427 right now. And we're just going to see if this kind of move can get to the lows of the day and ultimately close red here, and then in compound fashion start working down. You can see in the short run on the daily chart, it's higher highs. The 2 down day could be going to lower lows. But obviously, it's a little tricky in an uptrend as strong as this one to get a pullback that lasts. All of these red bars have ultimately brought in buying in some form. One of them lasted one day before really heading lower. So, we have to see. You can sense that it's tricky here in terms of the choppiness. It certainly doesn't want to go up on the day at the moment. I mean, it's below the midpoint of the prior day, and the structure is down. So there's nothing about structure that says to buy, but it's a question, can we get down to the lows of the day here, which normally happens in this type of structure, but we'll see, at no risk right now if it can do that. That's kind of my next target, and then we could see how this daily bar closes and see if it is the start maybe of a deeper pullback all week long. We're still kind of way above the midpoint of the prior week, so we haven't really set off anything, in terms of, a potential deeper pullback, but you can kind of sense this choppiness in here for the last 4 weeks, higher highs grinding up there. Maybe it's time to finally break down. So we'll find that out at no risk right now. Like I said, I think there was a good buy here out of the gates if you got it on bar number 2, and I think this secondary attempt makes some sense. But if this thing can't, head down to these lows at this point, as the morning comes to an end, I would just break even on this trade and continue to watch it. So we'll see if the SPY and the market can pull back a little deeper, but it's just going to be all price action based at this point.